Today's quote of the day comes from Sidney Poitier, and it says, "You don't have to become something you're not to be better than you were." I'm Craig. Behind the boards, we got Corden. Back with us, we have Josiah.
Mm-hmm.
We got Daryl. Welcome to the J9 Squadcast. World Heavyweight Champion, by the way.
What's up?
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
All right, Josiah, what we got on deck for today?
Damn, we don't even ask how we're doing.
No, I don't care about y'all.
Oh,
just
but the
kidding.
audience does.
We could make it short.
Yeah.
Short, man.
All right, how's everyone doing?
It's a good question. Chilling. Summer break,
Yeah.
working, a lot of work.
Feel that. What about you?
I would say just balance, poise, and just like being kind of like present. I feel like before the summer break started, it was kind of like trying to like juggle school and work. And as we get a little older, the importance of just chilling is important, you know? So yeah, I would just say those three things: just being poised, present, and then just balance. Try to just find balance in this hectic schedule we have now as adults a little bit. But yeah,
I
I'll say
feel
those.
that. And it's your first episode back physically, so
No, yeah.
But when
We were
last time
me and
you-
Corey were talking about this. Like, that's why, because we were talking about like when should we do another one,
Mhm.
and I was thinking about like, honestly, let's do it on Wednesday. So we were trying to figure out like a consistent schedule how we should do it, but yeah, so Wednesday, yeah.
For sure. With it. What about you, man? Champ, how you feeling?
Enjoying my break. I mean, I'm working a bit, not too much. I get to do a lot of stuff that I didn't get to really do, as if when I was in school. Like I'm able to balance more of like gym, life, friends, and all that. So it's pretty cool now.
Mm-hmm.
Any hobbies keeping you busy during the break for all of y'all actually?
I think it's. I mean, I find that working out, hooping as a hobby, it kind of like keeps me going too. So
No, yeah.
Bro, it's just hot.
yeah.
Listen, I used to be one of those people where it's like, if you had to choose between having like a hot, like suffering in the heat or suffering in the cold, I used to say the heat, but I don't. I think I changed my mind, man. I think I'd rather be in the cold.
I'll see you in about 6 months. We'll see how that goes.
I love the sun.
Yeah, no, it's beautiful. I don't mind a hot day.
No, it's much like right now. It's beautiful right now.
Yeah.
Like with the wind, but yeah. Honestly, California has the best weather, bro. We should not be complaining at all.
Yeah,
That's why it costs so much to live here. So
seriously.
go to like other places and stuff. Game over.
I kid you not. Last year I went to Vegas, got off the plane, and you know how you when you're walking through the little tunnel to get back inside the airport, you could feel the heat. You were in there. I was just like,
it's like welcome, boy.
Yeah. This year when I went, it wasn't half as bad, but I mean it was still considerably hot. Georgia wasn't bad when we was out in Atlanta. Like it was hot, but it was what they say. It's a humid hot.
Yeah.
But I'm not gonna lie, it was manageable though, because we was there for 4 days, and you know if you had the AC wherever you went, you was good.
Yeah.
Like, and it got to the point where you didn't even want to run the AC at night because it'd be way too cold.
Yeah, that's true.
So, no, other than that, one job down. So I'm feeling a lot better physically as far as like being able to sleep and stuff. You know, other than that, it's been pretty chill. Just still on the grind.
For me, honestly, bro, hobbies. I wouldn't say. I mean, if you consider like reading more as a hobby, writing in like journals hobby, that came to like along with just like reading the Bible more, going to church more often. So, yeah, just being present, man, being sane. I think that's like something I kind of learned within this past year of just being present and being sane. It's so like, I feel like culture that wasn't created by God kind of like forces us to live a lifestyle that's like can never kind of make us content, and we're kind of like chasing something continuously all the time and would never feel content. So, and like I think that's why like that's one that I definitely learned for sure, like moving away, because the importance of just being present and being sane and just like having a conversation, like now, with your family or your parents, just like actually sometimes not even talking, just being a listener is a skill. So yeah, that's definitely one thing for sure. Now I could actually just chill and like just be cool. When I was over here, I was like, I always had to like kind of keep myself busy, but like it kind of wears you out, and then you kind of like feel like, man, why am I so tired at the end of the day? Then you realize like I did like 10 different things. I didn't allow myself to kind of like just be like still.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So rhythm. I would say rhythm. I definitely learned how to like have rhythm,
I'm not
but
gonna
I'm still
bleed.
trying to figure it out though. So
I'm not gonna bleed too deep into the topic because I know that that's gonna be for your introduction, but you definitely notice a difference in the routine that you have home versus
mhm.
when you move away,
Yeah, for sure.
and vice versa. And you
Yeah.
look at it and you're just like, dang, I'm a completely different person when I'm here versus when I'm here.
Mm-hmm.
It,
Yeah.
it can be a beautiful thing
Mhm.
depending on, but
Yeah.
yeah.
I even just like I'll keep this really short because we could like this could be a whole nother another topic because we always do this. But like I was kind of like struggling with that, like coming home, because like I was so like used to like doing routine things that I was like that I kind of keep me kind of sane and present,
Mhm.
But being around home, I'm just like in my back of my mind, I know like there's things that I want to do that are like distractions, but then I have the awareness now to think that like to like kind of like bring what I learned back over there in Riverside to kind of like bring it back home, like just chill,
Yeah.
be with the family, talk to your brothers, put them up on game, have a conversation with your mom, have a conversation with your dad, tell him you love him or something. I don't know. So it's just like that. Yeah.
Feel it. Well, what do we got on the topic board for today?
So this is actually good that we're actually talking about this because it connects to the topic of the first topic of the day. We got three, but the first topic of the day is since us four we're pretty fortunate to pursue an education. We're definitely pretty fortunate and blessed. So I wanted to bring the question of what benefits have we noticed and what we've gained pursuing an education.
Okay.
I think definitely I feel like there's some things that kind of like we were definitely fortunate to kind of like gain perspective on just through an education, just open up a textbook or just attending a class or just listening to adult um, lecture about something, any class content. So I'll go last. So since I asked the question, I'll let you guys pick on who goes first. But yeah, what benefits have you gained and perspectives have you gained? Anything you learn pursuing an education?
I'll say unfortunate. However, looking back on it, it was more of a blessing, because I learned a lot of social and life skills.
Mm-hmm.
It took me about 7 years to get my degree, and I'm talking from community college to leaving Humboldt State with a bachelor's. Uh, you learn a lot socially. You learn a lot. And you get a lot of life experience.
Yeah.
It's not so much what you learn while you're in the classroom, but how you manage your time, how you balance having multiple things being thrown at you, so on and so forth. It's it's a juggling act that you only perfect as time goes on. Um, but to play a little devil's advocate too, the time that you spend in school, easily you could be spending at work in a field where, yeah, it's nice to have the degree, but ultimately that work experience is what a lot of jobs are looking for. So it throws you off when,
Mm-hmm.
you graduate and you don't have that plan put in place.
Yep.
And that's another thing that you learn while being in school, having to plan 10 steps ahead. So I think it's very beneficial for those who, have the patience and the determination to actually do it.
I have a question for you actually, because I feel like this question will answer a lot of people's, just like myself. Like I was definitely going through it, but this is a question for you. But my question is, um, how did you feel about knowing the unknown going through school? Like knowing that you kind of like you didn't know where you were gonna end up, but you knew that you just like were in school. You kind of were just going with it, but you just didn't know where you were gonna lead to, kind of a thing.
So for me, I would say for the longest time, I prided myself on not quitting uh, anything. Like I would kind of stick through it just to kind of see like where it would pan out.
Mm-hmm.
So shout out to Nipsey Hussle because I remember hearing that quote and I like it was toward the end of my college just before he died actually. He said something like he went through every emotion and I felt that in my soul because I'm like, bro, there have been times like where my car has been broken into
Mm-hmm.
and I'm like I'm passing classes
Mm-hmm.
and backpack gets stolen and there goes everything. So then like I just lost an entire quarter or semester or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And no, literally going through every emotion. I started, I was playing football, then I become ineligible for a couple years. And then I'm like, okay, let me set a goal, get back to my goal,
Mhm.
end up getting back out on the field and playing again.
Mm-hmm.
And then I was just like, okay, cool. Like having every emotion, wave through and you feel that, and then you ultimately hit your goal. It's a completely different, like, achievement. Like, for me, I'm not gonna lie, like I felt some sort of like nirvana for a second because I was like, oh my gosh,
Mm-hmm.
not only did I get to play football, I graduated, I got a bachelor's. Like I felt like I made my mom proud for a second.
Mm-hmm.
And that's not to be in competition with anybody around me or like my sisters or anything. My sister, when I get my bachelor, one of my sisters ends up getting a master's.
Mm-hmm.
My other sister goes back for her master's. Now I'm kind of like, what do I do? Because school for me, it was like the worst, but at the same time, it was the best.
Mm-hmm.
So I think not knowing what's going to happen, but at the same time, in the back of your head, knowing what's going to happen and just how it's going to affect you is really the challenge. Because,
Yeah.
You get affected and you're just kind of like, do I still want to do this? And, you kind of get traumatized from it. Because
Mm-hmm.
I kid you not, there was always something. When I was at De Anza, every quarter it was something.
Mm-hmm.
And then I got to the point where I changed my major. Like
Mhm.
that's how not disappointed, but like, like discouraged I got. That's the word I was looking for.
Yeah.
That's how discouraged I got. It was always something every quarter.
No.
So I got to a point where I was like, I don't even want to do school no more, but I'm not about to quit. Almost got dismissed.
Yeah.
Not gonna quit.
Yeah.
So I had to, kind of mature up and
Mhm.
do what needed to be done,
Yeah.
and got there.
Mm-hmm. Bro, I mean, I think that's powerful, bro, because like I feel like we all kind of can connect to this too, but like you're kind of like when you attend like your first like college course, right?
Mhm.
Like you're on your own, So it's like you can't like this is to everybody, but like I feel like we can't because like I'm gonna be honest, like there's no way I was an adult at 18. I'm gonna be honest. That whole adult phrase is like, oh, you become an adult when you're 18. That is out, bro. Super out. Because like, how are you really supposed to know what you're supposed to be meant to do in life at that age?
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like a lot of my growth came to until I turned like 25. That was last year. So like the growth that I had up in like that I had last year and the years before that, like I still didn't even know what I was doing.
Right.
What I wanted to do. You know what I mean? So like the fact that that you kind of played the role of like being a kid, but also having to play the role of being an adult, have to make sure you have a car to drive, having to make sure you eat, like because like all that stuff is like on you because like college is not something you're forced to do.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I always tell people like there's just one saying I like to kind of live by, like nobody's entitled or forced to do anything. You know what I mean? It all comes down to like if you want to do it, then do it. Because I was telling Courtney this the other day too. Like if you won't do it, somebody else will.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So, man, everybody pat yourself behind the back because like, well, not physically, but yeah, like like mentally, like because like you guys chose to kind of do it. You know what I mean?
And that was
And you just stuck with it.
what you just said was actually true as hell, because that's one part I didn't even think about touching on was like the fact that you still got a whole life outside of school that you have
Yeah.
to maintain.
Yeah, like school's full time.
Yeah.
You used to, like we're just talking about like 8, maybe like 4 or 5 hours of the day, but that takes up literally like your whole entire day. But you still gotta work, you still gotta drive, you still gotta eat, and especially if you're like providing for yourself, bro, that's a cycle that could be overwhelming sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? I'm sure we all been to that stage, having to kind of like, man, I can't even eat out today, bro. I gotta wait to go home to actually make some food. I got this long class, bro. I'm starving. Like, you know what I mean? Like things like that. I've definitely been through that. You know what I mean? So,
Yeah.
but yeah, that's dope, man. That's dope. Now we're all just like, damn, it wasn't even that bad.
It makes you miss school sometimes until
No,
you
yeah.
actually have to sit in a classroom and listen to a lecture and then do
Yeah.
schoolwork.
Yeah, it's a challenging moment when it's happening, but when you get over it, you're like, you know what? It wasn't even that bad, bro.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's what's up, man.
Yeah, just college is an experience. I mean, life is an experience, but college specifically,
Yeah.
it's another like a whole another experience.
Mm-hmm.
But to answer your question, I mean, your question is like similar. I'm pretty sure it's like, what is the benefits
Mhm.
of going to school? And I'm pretty sure a lot of people can agree. One of the biggest one is like networking. Network is definitely a big. It's a big thing. Like when you're in college, you meet all these different kinds of people, and sometimes
Mhm.
like you keep in contact with them, and then whenever you need something later down in life, they're there to help.
Mm-hmm.
Damn, there was one more too. I'm trying to remember. Yeah, just networking and I mean, yeah, just meeting other people. You're just learning, like people, like everybody has different experiences,
Mm-hmm.
like different. Everyone has like a story to tell. The way like they grew up, the way they grew up, their cultures and all that stuff. So it's just
Yeah.
I don't know. I just find it interesting to learn stuff about people. So
It's hella crazy because like going to school, especially through undergrad, I feel like even like De Anza itself should be a university itself. Like the amount of how nice the school is, how big it is, and how diverse it is, like it should really be a university at this point.
Yeah.
But just even going that route, going to like there and then going to San Jose State, um, you like really start to like as you get older and you start taking these courses and stuff, you start meeting different people, right? Then like I've met people where like school is like a vacation to them because it's like they don't obtain the responsibilities of working. They don't obtain the responsibilities of paying rent. There's some people who have like all of us. We all played the role of working, school, and then priorities. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
But like it connects what he just said because like everybody has different experiences and perspectives on school.
Yeah.
You know, what I mean, some people like greatest time of their life. Some people like, oh man, school is depressing. Like I didn't enjoy school. Some people like, man, I'm still in debt. Some people don't have to deal with that. You know what I mean? So, but yeah.
I do got a follow up question with you though, Corden.
so
In regards to networking, right? Let's expand on that. Did your military background meet your school background where you seen people, whether it be like boot camp training or training camp? Let me not get the terminology wrong here.
I'm not sure if I follow what.
Like did those two worlds ever merge? Like where you've met people from the Marines or the Navy, like where you guys were in camp together, or where you guys were on base together, like, and then that like helped expand your network while at school.
Like the foundation in the military, did like that foundation of networking help him like expand his network in school?
Yeah,
Okay.
that's yeah.
So like,
I think I know. I feel like I know what you're talking about. Like if I'm in college and then I have another classmate that was or is in the military, then we kind of like connect that way. Um, I don't think I've actually. I don't think it not yet, because because most of my classes were online for the past 2 years, so
True.
no, that is-
COVID, so I haven't really been able to like meet people in person.
Mhm.
But as far as that would probably be the case. Like if I came across somebody,
Mhm.
like one of my classmates that was in the military, then yeah, that's definitely a way to connect.
Mhm.
Or like even like in the military, like if there was somebody like another military member that like they're from the Bay Area, so I'm like, oh snap, like what part of the Bay you from? And then it's just like, yeah,
Mhm.
that's like another way to connect.
Mhm.
So yeah, that also helps, I guess.
I
Yeah.
definitely met some people in the military, bro, in school. I definitely
The-
met some people in the military. Like I definitely
Oh,
met
you
some
met-
people. Not sorry. I definitely met people at school that were part of the military.
No, Riverside for sure, man.
Even just at San Jose State
Oh,
though.
bro.
Even at Solid
The
State,
yeah,
like, I've met some. And you gotta get props to them, bro. Like I said, bro, everything's a choice. Like for you to serve military and go back to school, like that's a choice, bro. So that's dope.
Yeah.
I'll go last.
For me, it's just more of getting out of my comfort zone. Like I know, like growing up, I was a big like introverted kid. I mean, like I would talk to you guys a lot because like I grew up with y'all. But when it came to like meeting new people, like younger self, like I rather not. And then like going to college, uh, I just got comfortable due to like other people or like watching other people
Mm-hmm.
like just talking and all that stuff. And I mean, like I don't know, like college, like you could find your closest friends over there, even a life partner. What else? It's
Yeah.
just like if it wasn't for school, like I wouldn't be who like the person I am. Like I'm more outgoing now. Like I'll talk to random people like at random places, and it's not just school, but like
Mm-hmm.
in the workplace or at the gym.
Mm-hmm.
Like you just chop it up with people and all that stuff. So
Mm-hmm.
like, it's a lot of people skills. So
That's big, man.
yeah.
I think now everything's done virtually. A lot of companies are making things be done virtually. Schools virtually. Like now you have the option to do in-person classes now, or or what's it called, online, or asynchronous or synchronous, whatever they call it. But man, I feel like we're pretty fortunate to even like. I'm pretty grateful for, at least for me. Like I'm pretty grateful to like grew up in the generation that I grew up in that time, because like you don't see kids out playing outside no more.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like now you kind of have to like push. I'm sure we talked about this in like all the other podcasts. Like now you have to kind of like push kids outside, but like, but yeah, like the importance of community. I think that's one thing I would say. The importance of community and collaborating with everybody, with your peers, to kind of like connect with each other is something you'll remember, bro, when you're older.
Mm-hmm.
But the communication, what's emphasized now through online compared to what normal is, I think, with in person and community, it's not the same. It's definitely not the same. Talking like it's not the same.
Yeah,
Because conversation is like you can have like more a meaningful conversation when you incorporate like body language, people's feelings. You know what I mean? Like, yeah. So it's not the same. But there's pros and cons to both. But I think, yeah, perfect.
Yeah, just
So.
college is a chance for you to like grow and learn.
Mm-hmm.
'Cause I know exactly what he's talking about, because I'm an introvert too. So it's
Mhm.
like back then I would never go up to people and try to talk to them,
Mhm.
but nowadays like
Mhm.
I'm more open to like
Yeah.
talking to people that I never I
Yeah.
don't know. So
Mhm.
yeah, it's
And like I think I honestly believe that everybody has a gift, bro, and I feel like everybody should kind of like be passionate to kind of like share that. You know what I mean? Like, um, the feeling. Like, honestly, bro, I think like what everybody kind of talked about was just like the importance of just like community. Like how Daryl is like not an introvert no more. Like he's like talking to people in public now and whatever it may be. I never seen Daryl like that, because you know what I'm saying? We're all brothers and stuff like that. So I was talking to him like, like whatever. Text him, call him, be at his house, just like you guys. We'd never really kind of like, I never seen anybody as introvert, nor did I see Corden as a introvert as well, because we were a part of our circle. You know what I mean?
I've seen that
But-
man as an introvert.
I mean, yeah, I knew that, but like our relationship with T wasn't like that though.
Yeah, no, I feel you.
So, but for these guys to kind of like come out and be like, I was like that, and they like kind of like grew out of that, for the better, and the fact that they like it and they enjoy it, it's dope.
It's a beautiful thing. I'll tell you this. So we grew up in I would say a prime generation where, kind of to go back to your point, where being outside versus being inside
Yeah.
was at a nice little balance. Because at some points when we was inside, all of us was learning how to code on MySpace and didn't even know it.
Mm-hmm.
And then we'd be outside playing tag past the street lights,
Mm-hmm.
night tag. That was fun.
Yeah, bro. Walking the streets at 3 a.m. like it's like 5 p.m. in that night. Like, who was really doing that, bro? Like, those times are priceless, bro. Like,
Yeah.
I remember every single memory, bro. It's crazy. And it's crazy because like I feel like I could still like do it. Like right now if I wanted to.
Yeah, I'm not even gonna lie to you. I was just thinking about it like as you said it, like I had flashbacks. I remember and this was with me in college. This is like my first or second year
Mm-hmm.
when we'd be at Daryl's house, everybody just like knocked out in the living room, and then wake up simultaneously. Hey, let's go get Jack in the Box. You know,
No, for real. Simple
Oh,
times,
I thought
man.
you were
Simple
talking
times.
about the tag thing. I was like, I don't know about trying to play tag now. Just the idea of that, that's out.
I'm gonna cough up a lung.
Yeah.
Daryl, how did you feel hosting that? I'm sorry, this is kind of off topic. How did you feel like just having everybody at your house though?
That's a really
I
good
mean, it was
question.
cool because like you guys know me, like I never grew up like with a brother.
Mhm.
So when I had you guys, like it was just company. You know, like my sister, she's 6 years older than me, so like she was doing her own thing.
Mhm.
So like sometimes I felt like I was the only child, and I was like I was just like bored. So when you guys came over, it was cool. And like my parents, they're okay with it. Like they treated y'all like you guys were their own.
Mhm.
Definitely.
Hell yeah,
Yeah.
most definitely, bro. Most definitely.
Yep.
That's for a fact.
I mean, it was fun for me.
I just I don't know. It kind of hit me because I'm like, dang. I wonder if you ever was like, I love y'all, but y'all need to get the hell away for a little bit or something. You know?
It's hella funny because like in high school, bro, like we like it's just like random conversations with our group because our we had a pretty big group, bro. Our group it was pretty huge. Still to this day, still is. But it's hella funny. Like during the school, you would have like a normal conversation. Like, what are you doing after school? I'm going to D's house. Like, and when you included the word D's house, everybody knew exactly where you were going, like for sure. If if you called somebody didn't answer the phone, I guarantee you they were at D's house.
Mm-hmm.
If you texted somebody and they didn't text back, they're at D's house.
Some people just pulled up without saying anything.
No, yeah, straight up, bro.
I can believe that for sure.
Yeah.
Those are some good times, man.
Yeah, it hit different doing it as a teen versus doing it as an adult.
Mhm.
But I mean, it was still like the nostalgia's still there
Mm-hmm.
because ultimately it was like the stress was high, but at the same time
Mm-hmm.
everything was minimal. Like you had everything under control, and it was like
Yeah.
as we progress as adults, now
Mhm.
we're kind of at that age where everything our parents were doing, we're now doing.
Mood exactly. Mm-hmm. And I feel like it made it much more easier because everybody that was chilling at D's house was like we all like could relate to each other in some way, because whether we all played on the same team, majority of all of us played on the same sports team.
Yeah.
That was really mainly it. Like not only we were just friends, but and brothers and stuff like that, but like we literally were with each other like 24/7, 7 days a week. People were pulling up to Saturday school, didn't have Saturday school, like because that's how lit we were, bro. Like we was really like. Nobody was just walking by themselves for sure.
Yeah.
But for me, benefits for school, I think they all kind of said it all. I think, yeah. I mean, I really don't have to speak up on because like I'm definitely similar to these guys. We're just like different, uniquely in our own way, and different in our own ways. But that's what makes us unique in our own way. So, but yeah, I think they said it all. Connections, meeting people, taking it. I would say like you start to like as you progress in school, you start to take things way more like a lot of things way more serious. Because you start as you get older, you start to realize that a lot of things that well, first of all, time as you get older, this is for a fact, time weight goes way much faster as you get older, that's for sure. So when you start to realize that and you kind of tie that into like education, you start to like take things more serious because you know that time is running out.
Yeah.
And time is something we can't control. So making use of our time is way much more precious compared to when we were younger. Because when we were younger, that was considered free time. So yeah, making use of your time for sure. I would say that. Just keep it simple. But yeah, they all said it all.
It's cool, man. Yeah, I guess we'll just move to the next topic. Let me figure out how to put this. So, what do you guys consider like success? Like, how do you define success? Like, I'm sure like we all people we can imagine that we think that are successful, whether that's like a celebrity, athlete, or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm sure everybody has like their own definitions of success.
Mm-hmm.
So just like my question for you guys is like, how do you define success? Like how do you know like you succeeded in life?
Mhm.
So I would probably save my answer for last two. So
Oh, I was gonna say that too, because I can go on, bro. Um, I feel like this question is so like it's such a good question that it's like
because
we
like
all have, like you said, we all have our different, uniquely ways of defining what success means to us, right?
Mhm.
But it's like you can't just say like, oh, well, having a lot of money, but it's like that's so kind of vague that you would want to more expand on that more. So, um, he says he's going last, so
Yeah.
I
Let's
definitely
start
can't go
with you.
first.
yeah, because I mean, like before
Oh
we
my
talked about
god.
like like a question we asked on one of the episodes. I don't remember which one, but it's like, do you need a degree to be successful? And then
Oh.
we said no. So I think now we're just kind of like further elaborating, like
No, yeah,
what is success to you? Like, is it
yeah,
money, being rich, having,
yeah.
being
Mhm.
famous, or but
Yeah.
just what do you guys think?
You guys want to go first?
Yeah.
No, I'll let y'all two go first. I'll go third for sure.
We'll let Joe go first.
Uh,
You want to go first? Or you want me to
yeah,
go?
good. I mean, to me, like being successful is kind of just like it's all on your like satisfaction of
Mhm.
your expectations rather than like others. You know, like
Mhm.
because like there's probably like a general expectation to like the American dream is like being successful is like being rich or having the possessions and all that stuff. But like me, like I I kind of got this from this interview or like a old school video interview from Bob Marley. He's like how do you define rich? He's like does money makes you rich or whatever, or like
Mhm.
having all these possessions makes you rich. It's
Mhm.
kind of just like you could be like rich in life,
Mhm.
just living. So like not everything's about money and all that stuff or like the possessions. It's kind of just like I guess it's like if you're happy or
Mhm.
not, like like because where's that saying like money could buy happiness, but like to like a certain point, like not really like.
Mhm. That's true.
You could lose your loved ones. Like, okay, money's not gonna buy
Bring
them
them
back.
back.
So
Yeah.
it's like, like success. It comes with a lot of like lessons, a lot of losses, and all that stuff. So it's
Mhm.
like, it's just where do you want to be? I guess.
Yeah.
So, I mean, four was it? We're probably like successful. Successful now. It's just we're just climbing that ladder to be
Yeah.
like more successful.
Yeah. For sure.
So that's how I think about it. Yeah.
I mean, I think that's what D just said is powerful, bro, because like that's like right there, like that's growth. Like what he literally just said, like that's growth, bro. Like it probably took him a lot for him to kind of like even understand that and kind of like break that down.
Mhm.
Sometimes, bro, it's like growth is so powerful, bro, like that you sometimes you don't even know how to say it. That's how strong growth is, bro. Like you can't put it in words. There's some things that you just can't explain because it's like an inner feeling that and the fact that I can feel like what he's talking about and the fact that I'm acknowledging that that's growth, like I can feel that. So like he doesn't kind of need to explain anymore to as far as to me because like I know what that I know because like I'm into my thoughts a lot, you know, especially because I'm away more so that which kind of enables my leisure of reading and stuff like that and being sane to myself. So yeah, growth, man. The growth is sometimes it's kind of hard to explain, but that's what growth is. If growth was easy, then it's like he'd be able to literally like tell us right now, like I know what success means. I know exactly what I would be when how happy I would be when I'm 6 years old. But sometimes you just can't define it, and you can't because we're not at that age yet.
Yeah.
For me, right now, I feel like pursuing Christ more and just like going to church more and um placing myself with people who have gray hair kind of like enable my thought like so much different compared to like before. There was even a point in my time in my life where I even asked myself like how do I know what I'm supposed to how do I know what I'm really supposed to do in life? Like how do I know that? Like how do I know I was meant to go to school? Like who told me I had to kind of go to school, right? So I asked myself for like several weeks, bro, of just like the question why on everything. Which kind of brought me back to reading the Bible, going to church and being a part of like a weekly men's group with other pastors. Shout out to Pastor Donnie, shout out to Pastor Chris. Um, Grateful people, man. Like I'm glad I met them. And just being around people who are Christ like, because the conversation that I've been around within the past 3-4 months are like genuine love conversations. Like I have people reaching out to me that I'm not even related to. I got people literally that I met through Christ that reached out to me a few days ago talking about saying, hello Josiah, this is Verve church community. Just wanted to let you know that we've been praying for you. Like I just met these people like literally like 2-3 months ago. And the fact that like they don't have to reach out to me, which goes to the saying, like I always say, like you don't have to do things. But the fact that, God is putting that into their heart to kind of tell them that, like, make sure you tell this person that you're praying for them so they don't lose kind of their sight on this walk with Christ. Um, so yeah, I mean, to answer the question, what success means, bro, like anything that God wants me to do, I'm 110% gonna do it. Whether that means dropping relationships with friends, dropping. I mean, I'm not saying like like generally like I'm gonna cut everybody, but it's like whatever God wants me to do, then I'm gonna do it because I know for a fact that is truth, and culture that's away from truth is just gonna mislead us, misinform me, and just discourage me in a way where I can't be content with Christ. So I would say that.
Mm.
And just staying at the word, and just reading every day, learning about Him. I feel like the more I learn about Him, is that I learn more about myself. Um, so yeah, it has nothing to do with what culture has to offer. What success, like money, like none of that stuff really doesn't mean nothing. Because if I don't, I feel like living a culture life, you'll never be content ever. No matter how much money you got, no matter what cars you have, like all that stuff, you'll never be content. You're always gonna want more and more and more. And then you're gonna realize you have everything, and then you're gonna be like, what do I do now? I own everything. You know what I mean?
Gluttony
And
is
literally,
real.
Daryl was just talking about that. You know what I mean? So,
Yeah.
I feel like life is supposed to be simple, man. I think life is all about community, conversation, serving, having a purpose in life. And I'm gonna just end it like this because I can go on forever. But I feel like there's one thing I kind of learned through Christ is that living a life with no purpose is a meaningless life. So, and that's what you call in the Bible a lost wanderer. You'll be wandering your whole life trying to chase for something that you probably weren't even meant to be doing. So I would say that. Sorry for going too long. I had to kind of like, but it connected. It kind of like, see, now I got a flow.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Now Gordon's gonna top it off, man.
Well,
But no, as I mean, like we got a little S
Oh,
coming.
okay.
Sauce.
No, I ain't got much. I'm just gonna double down on it because that was my sentiments exactly. Just making sure that my relationship for me, right, defining what success is.
Mm-hmm.
Making sure that my relationship with Christ is where it needs to be, and if not, growing to get there.
Mm-hmm.
And then as far as the social level goes, just making sure that my bills are paid on time. I have food in my belly. Like money is nice. Don't get me wrong. I'm not gonna sit here and act like I don't need it because that's how this life is constructed. You need money to survive.
Yeah.
Unfortunately,
Yeah.
but as long as I got the minimal stuff taken care of, it'd be nice to have something saved up, stored up for a rainy day. But at the end of the day, my relationship with Christ, my relationship with my family and friends. As long as those are in order or getting to where they need to be, I think I'll be at my happiest, and that's where I felt my most success. So when I do expire, I can leave knowing I did what I was supposed to do, or I was on the way to doing what I was supposed to do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like the inner kidness, that feeling when you're like 6 years old and you're just literally nothing but smiling all the time.
Mm-hmm.
That feeling is like precious, bro. And at that time you didn't have nothing. Like we didn't have no cars. You didn't have one because we didn't have to worry about it, right?
Yeah.
So it's like at that point, like I sometimes try to catch myself like, man, how can I live that age again? It's never gonna happen, but just the awareness of like, man, life is really simple. You know what I mean? Just buy me a little box of Little Caesars. Let me go outside and I'll make fun.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, but yeah, the inner kindness, man. What do they always say? Like to have fun, you don't really need much. Just try to reach for the inner kindness of you. You know? Yeah. Age is just a number, man. Age is just a number. Well, like, you know what I mean? Like
what kind?
no, like, you know what I mean? When people be like, bro, I ain't gonna lie, bro, I'm retired, bro, I'm 42. Like, no, bro.
I get what you mean. Like having the inner child.
Yeah.
And like that's why like I'm a big wrestling fan till this day because like it brings me back to like how excited I was like every Monday night, every Friday night, WWE, WWF show was on. So like this year, like they had WrestleMania and then like Stone Cold Steve Austin came back and growing up, one of my favorite stars were like Stone Cold Steve Austin, The Rock, and then just hearing his entrance, like the glass break, like it gave me goosebumps and it just brought me back. Like I have this picture of me like with this I had the Steve Austin shirt, so like that's how back it went for me. So
yeah, bro.
You're gonna be like one of those kids that have a wrestling with their or have a picture with their favorite wrestler and then they become a wrestler and then they use your picture as a storyline.
Bro, all I gotta say is, bro, work, fully fund your hobbies. 110%. Fully fund your hobbies, bro. That's what's gonna make you a living.
How you think we started this?
Yeah, fully fund your hobbies, man. Fully fund. Full send.
Yeah. Courtney.
Man, those are some good answers. I don't think I can top that.
Hold on. Before you answer, when you do the editing on this, go ahead and put in some like suspenseful music that leads up to your answer, though.
Yeah.
Think about it. But
no, right. I know you got wisdom on this. I know you do.
No,
I mean,
he definitely does.
Kind of, but so how do I define success? I kind of looked the answer up. Like I have an answer, but sometimes it's hard for me to put in words. So I kind of wanted to see what other people think, and the best answer would probably be. So I think you can success. You can define like two different ways. Mm-hmm. There's like status and accomplishments, and then there's also like happiness and fulfillment. Mm-hmm. So I would probably lean more towards like happiness and fulfillment, because like it's like what we were saying, like money doesn't really matter, or it does matter to a certain point, but money is not everything. And like even like there's people that that literally have nothing and they can be happy, and like you can consider that successful. I mean, even now, like you can. Like us now, like I'm pretty sure we all can consider ourselves like successful,
or like just on the right path to being
successful. Because like I think the biggest thing, so success, I would say, is more about like happiness, fulfillment, just having like safety, security, and like just being loved, that kind of stuff. But yeah, I would say the biggest thing for success or my biggest thing about success is just like the little accomplishments that you do every day.
No, for sure.
So it's just, yeah, and just like I said, some people they don't have nothing, they can still be happy.
No, fact.
Some people like they work 9 to 5. Some people they enjoy that stuff.
Yeah.
Some exactly. people don't want to work a 9 to 5.
Yeah.
They're still happy.
Yeah, exactly. Either one doesn't define what it needs to be a success. It's just whatever. Yeah, what you're saying.
Yeah, it's just whatever how you feel. Like however you feel.
Gordon, bro.
Yeah. No, you know what? You know what's crazy is his answer was so on point that he got goosebumps.
No, facts. No.
I wasn't even paying attention. Well, because I was trying to. It's in my head.
Dude, like that's the powerful. That's the meaning powerfulness of just having us four in this podcast is that there's things that I may define, and then you guys may define it so differently and have a different perspective on it. But the fact that we have
we're all talking about the same thing, exactly. just in different
terms, and that's how we grow. And it's like we have we never try to make things controversial. That is one thing we don't do.
Except for the burger perspective,
Okay,
but that's
but like,
different.
yeah, like that's different. Like, you know, people just have different food palates, bro, taste palates.
Yeah.
But
No,
like,
you right. You right.
but like, with this, we talk more of like a discussion based, like a conversation. This is an open
Yeah.
table, bro. Like, we don't judge. None of us did that. We never even like we weren't even raised to be like that.
And I think that's the beauty of it, though, is because you get so many different perspectives
Mhm.
out of just the four of us,
Mhm.
and each of us we can play devil's advocate with
Mhm.
whatever the topic may be.
Yeah.
Like we can give two perspectives and be
Yeah.
like, okay, well, you know what? I feel this, but I could see it from this perspective,
Yeah.
and it goes around the table like that.
Yeah.
So it's a beautiful thing,
Yeah.
for sure.
Bro, there's one thing you brought up too was like the fact that you pointed out happiness. I mean, this is like a question to like the culture, but the culture we live in now. But it's like we got people, you know, and I was a victim of it. Of we out here labeling people's success by by the amount of money they make and the stuff that they have, but they're out here walking like zombies. You know, it's like that is like if that's what success means to people, bro, then it's like, bro, count me out, bro. Because like you can tell, like when you meet somebody, you're having a conversation, you can tell like when they're off.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And it's like if success is defined by how much money you have in your pocket, but like your demeanor's off, like you're like excuse my language, like a shitty person, then it's like if that's what success means to me, if that's what success is, bro, then it's like, and also including not being happy, then it's like I don't want to be part of that, which I'm sure you guys don't want to either. So I just wanted to put that in perspective, you know.
Okay, I kind of got a question. It may be taking it too far, but y'all stop me if it is.
Stop. I'm sorry.
People like Kobe Bryant and Tom Brady, right? They're known for having the worst attitudes, but the best work ethic,
Yeah.
and ultimately are described as successful.
Okay. Like through culture.
Right.
Cause this brings up another like kind of like topic that could be extended for another podcast because I can go on for this. Like when I think of culture, I think of like culture that was not God made. Then there's what God made. You know what I mean? So like that's what I'm saying. Like the fact that we're talking about this, like culture and could be different to all of us, you know?
Yeah.
Like what I just explained, like Cordy may not think that way, Daryl might not think that way, you may not think that way, but I'm like, that's the beauty of us having our podcast.
Right.
You know what I mean?
By the way,
But-
that wasn't a shot at either of those
no,
athletes.
no,
I'm just like
no,
I'm
most
a fan
definitely.
of both.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
you know,
we
I
all
just-
are. Yeah. And it's crazy you brought that up because Kobe even said it too. He said, if all I'm known is for just a basketball player, I didn't do my job. So think of that. Like for somebody like us as a fan to watch Kobe
Mhm.
and to see him as successful, well, through basketball and being a role model, just like he's a role model to his people, you're a role model to your people, he's a role model to people, I'm a role model to one people. It just all comes down to perspective because now we live in like the social media aspect and everything's kind of like emphasized on social media. It's like if you're verified on social media or you have that fame,
Yeah.
then it's like you're on a higher platform. But like who kind of told us that people on the social media platform are like higher than us?
Yeah. And I think
We're all just human.
I think with those two specifically though, it goes beyond the aspect of like money and fame
No,
and stuff.
yeah,
I
for
think
sure.
I think it literally comes down to the work ethic.
Mhm.
So, you know, Corden split his definition of social not
Mhm.
social media of success into two.
Mm-hmm.
And I think they kind of hit on both spectrums with that,
Mhm.
but it kind of conflicted with the idea of what you said being a shitty person.
Yeah, exactly.
So,
Like we think like we only know about people of what's shown to us,
right.
just like
correct.
everything else in life. We don't know what people do behind closed doors, just like I don't know what you guys do behind closed doors. There's things that I don't know about you guys, but there's also things you guys don't know about me. But
Mhm.
that's what makes humans beings, and that's what makes us flawed.
Right.
Which it talks about in the Bible. We're all flawed. We're all sinful. We all do sins. We all create sins and perform sins, but that's what humans. I'm not saying that's what humans do. Like that's what's supposed to happen, but it happens.
Yeah.
And what's showed to us is what people see. Like people only see like who we are on the podcast. Nobody knows us personally, unless like our family and friends.
Mhm.
But like for new people, like we got people out here meeting people on dating apps based off of like what they see, and like they're taking a risk out of that. And
Yeah.
dude, that like I'm not saying that's a bad thing, but I'm saying like things are only portrayed to people's eyes and eye lenses of what they see. You know what I mean? So this isn't trying to like go to like no deep talk or anything. I'm just kind of like just pointing out what he was saying. Like success can mean different to everybody. You know
Okay.
what I mean? So it all kind of depends on what you define it as. But
Yeah, we about to get some hitters on this.
oh no, dude. Are we still on?
Yeah, we're still on.
All right, so this is a shout out to all the people who's gonna listen to this series and this, we're all kind of back presently. We're just having a discussion. I think as growing men, it's important to be open and to kind of like talk our true feelings out. You don't gotta be masculine all the time. Open up your feelings, talk about and talk truth, and that's how we grow, and that's how we uplift each other, and that's how we relate to each other. But nothing is directly towards any population. We're not trying to do any harm to anybody. We're just trying to have a real, authentic, real conversation. And I think if being authentic is something we're gonna do, then it's like we'll keep doing it because, I think everybody should be authentic and be open because this is an open, free table. We don't judge nobody, nor do we want to get judged. But that's out of our control. We don't have control over how people perceive us. So. So just wanted to say that on behalf of the J9 podcast, the Squadcast, and that man, we love and appreciate everybody and who's supporting us, and yeah,
With it. But yeah, if there's anything to take away from that last topic, it's just like everybody has their own definitions of success, and you shouldn't let what society says is success. You have to like define your own success.
Yep.
So that's what I would say. Yeah. So we got like a few more minutes. So
Yeah, man, everybody start saying some stuff, man.
Yeah. Corden, do me a favor. Insert monster promo here.
Man, insert I don't know. Enter something, man. Honestly, don't enter nothing, man.
all right. So last thing.
The songs.
Yeah, sure.
How much time we got?
I mean, it's whatever. Doesn't
Alright.
matter, but I'm
Alright.
just trying to keep it within.
Let me get my.
But Daryl, you can take that one.
Yeah, it's middle of July. It is the summer. Summer music goes along so well. So we're just gonna go around talking about, doesn't have to be new. Just the music you listened to recently.
Yep.
And just to clarify, music what? Music what? And food what?
What?
Music what? Food what?
What are you talking about?
I know. I thought it was just.
No, music what? It's 2 S words.
With the-
Music what? Slap, smack.
Oh,
Okay. Well,
So music what?
Music slaps.
Food what?
Food
Smack.
smacks. So food does not slap.
Don't y'all forget it.
You can't slap food.
I guess I'll go first on this one. Mine's pretty simple. Burna Boy came out with the album recently called Love Damini. He has a song with Blast and Kehlani called Solid. It's one of my favorite ones. My second favorite one will be with I think it's with someone else, but it's called Vanilla. What else? There's another song. It's an old song, not too old, by COC called Good Lovin'. It's very upbeat reggae song. It's pretty cool. It kind of keeps me up in the morning when I get ready for work and all that stuff. So those are 3 songs.
Damn, 3. I only got 1. So, and this is to the question that Craig asked like 2 episodes ago about what my summer song was. I'm pretty sure most people forgot, but I'm just gonna use that. It is a Toronto. I think he's a Toronto artist, Canadian R&B artist. Jacoy. I think that's how you say his name. And the song is called X's and Summer Flings. So, yeah,
X's and Summer Flings.
X's and Summer Flings. But
Okay.
yeah, man, it's Canadian artist, man, just legit.
Like putting us on music. I see. Okay.
But that's what I got.
All right. For me, I got 2 songs. I got Yes Sir by Chief Keef from the album Phoneme. And where'd the other one go? Shoot. I just had it. I'm sorry, y'all. Slacking. Oh, Father Time by Kendrick Lamar.
Mm.
Nope.
Wait, did everybody say food? Did I already say food?
No, that was just something.
Oh, that was
That was just music. Yeah. No, yeah, it's on you now.
Okay. I'll do 3 songs actually. First song would be, it's an old song by Miguel and Kendrick. How Many Drinks? I think that's a dope summer song. It's like one of those songs where it's like, we all have that one song, but that's like kind of like timeless.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, that would be my first song. My other 2 songs are gospel songs. They're by Maverick City. One is called My Life Is in Your Hands with Kirk Franklin. It's a collab album. And then the third one is by Kirk Franklin as well, called Love Theory.
Okay.
So yeah, I'll say those 3.
All right, make sure you check those out. Let's see. We still got a couple minutes. Do you guys have, before we close off, do we have any other comments, content,
Yes.
recommendations,
49ers
advice?
to win the Super Bowl.
There's only a month left.
On what universe?
Did you hear? Well, it's not NFL, but NBA. Somebody put a $15,000 bet for the Sacramento Kings to win the finals
Next year?
next year, and the payout is like $7 million.
No way.
You could have just given me that money. I'll down payment for
Oh my
something.
gosh!
Hey man, don't say never, man. Never can happen.
That's just play money.
But that is play money for sure. For sure. Let's just there's leverage behind that 15K.
Yeah,
Which it kind of connects to what we're saying.
that's probably like $15 to that person.
Hey, success means differently, just like that 15K. 15K could mean like 15 million to you. 15K could mean like $15 to somebody.
You're not wrong about that, but if you was gonna spend 15K recklessly, you could have just given that to me.
Oh yeah, we
Saying.
would have split that equally in 4 distributions, and I'd been juiced.
You feel me?
Yeah, I think it was a guy. It is some guy from Vegas. So
Ah,
I was just there, bruh.
he has to be a Kings fan. Like, man, he has to be a Kings fan, bro. Do you know how many other teams I would put 15K on to win a championship next year?
I
For
would
the Kings,
have taken my chance with the Mavericks.
bro. I would have said the Clippers. Hey,
maybe
I
if we
guess
had
he must
15.
he must have that much belief in Malik Monk. He just got traded to. Who else they got? Harrison Barnes. They got Harrison Barnes. They
I
got-
don't know.
On
Yeah.
a side note, Thor: Love and Thunder, good movie. Black Phone, good movie.
Black. Oh, wait, okay. Yeah.
What we do is kidnapping the kids.
What about the Minions?
I'm going this weekend. I'm going this weekend.
You're wearing a costume too, huh?
You got to.
Why? Because I'm short enough?
No, it's a
No.
trend. There's a whole trend going around, Craig.
Hey, I don't be on TikTok. I'm sorry.
Well, now you know.
But yeah, man.
But
We
okay, yeah. So
appreciate y'all, man. For real.
yeah, we always appreciate those that are still listening. I know we're not always posting all the time, but trying, man, trying to get there.
We got lives too, man. Nah, just playing. Yeah.
Yeah.
But we try. We definitely try.
But yeah. So for our next episode, it's kind of a special episode with the Nonsense podcast. So shout out to them. You know, they're also people that grew up from the east side. We're gonna do like a episode with them. So hopefully you guys will be able to see that one soon.
Mhm.
Other than that,
Joe, I still owe you for last fantasy football season, so we'll do the wing challenge then as well.
yep, for sure.
Mm.
All right, Craig, close us out.
I'm Craig. Behind the boards, we got Cord. Across from me, we got Daryl. We got Josiah.
World champ, Daryl.
World champ Daryl. No. What's your stage name?
I don't know.
D-Roy.
D-Roy the champ.
D-Roy the champ. Across from me, we got D-Roy the champ. World heavyweight champ. That's the J9 Squadcast. Thank
You're
you, and good night. Peace, love, positivity. We move.